The universe is transformation. Our life is what our thoughts make it. As long as there is life, there is hope. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. A man's character is his fate. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Everything changes, nothing stands still. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. A friend to all is a friend to none. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Know thyself. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. To conquer oneself is the best and noblest victory. To be vanquished by one's own nature is the worst and most ignoble defeat. It is better to be silent and be thought a fool than to speak, and remove all doubt. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. The soul is like a bowl of water, and our impressions are like the rays of the sun. When they fall into the soul through the senses, they color it according to their nature. The good and the beautiful is not something that you can be taught or instructed to see. It is something that you must find within yourself. Men who love wisdom should acquaint themselves with a great many particulars. To the rational soul, the universe is a cosmos. To the irrational soul, it is a chaos. The secret of happiness is not in doing what one likes, but in liking what one does. The things that we love tell us what we are. Wisdom is the supreme part of happiness. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. When one door closes, another opens, but we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. It is better to be alone and in bad company. All things are numbers. The greatest ignorance is to reject something you know nothing about. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. As long as you are not aware of the continual laws of die and be again, you are merely a vague guest on a dark earth. The beginning is half of every action. Experience is the teacher of all things. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others. The soul is immortal, and it is the body that is mortal. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. The measure of a man is what he does with power. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. All is number. The power of music to integrate and cure is quite fundamental. It is the profoundest non-chemical medication. The most important thing in life is to know yourself. Time is the wisest counselor of all. The soul of man is divided into three parts: intelligence, reason, and passion. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. Virtue is harmony. A wise man speaks because he has something to say. A fool speaks because he has to say something. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do, or say whatever is not best for you. The greatest and noblest pleasure which we have in this world is to discover new truths, and the next is to shake off old prejudices. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. The highest point of education is to teach men to understand their own nature and to control it. The eyes are the windows of the soul. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. The key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions, of consciousness into our awareness. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. It is the aim of all human knowledge to attain an understanding of the eternal, invisible, and immutable things. The greatest happiness you can have is knowing that you do not necessarily require happiness. The universe is an infinite sphere, the center of which is everywhere, the circumference nowhere. Wisdom alone is true ambition's aim. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. A true friend is one soul into bodies. Time is the most valuable thing a man can spend. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other indeed. He who sows the seed of murder and pain cannot reap joy and love. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. Harmony is the rhythm of mathematics, and melody is the rhythm of music. He who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened. The aim of art is to represent, not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. The beautiful is the useful put in harmony with the rest of nature. It is not so much what is poured into the student, but what is planted that really counts. Justice will overtake fabricators of lies and false witnesses. The universe is in a constant state of flux. If you want to be loved, be lovable. There is nothing in the world more shameful than establishing one's self on lies and fables. The best and safest thing is to keep a balance in your life, acknowledge the great powers around us and in us. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control and outnumbers both of the other classes. There is nothing so disobedient as an undisciplined mind, and there is nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind. Silence is better than unmeaning words. I have always thought it would be a blessing if each person could be blind and deaf for a few days during his early adult life. Darkness would make him appreciate sight. Silence would teach him the joys of sound. Freedom is the most valuable thing that a man can possess, and if he loses it, he must be willing to lay down his life to regain it. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in few.